Production.
What up? Shout out to Jay on X. We're gonna do this breakdown for you real quick before I end up fucking passing out. It's been a long day. I'm gonna mark out some clear zones that I think are very important to me, and then we'll go zoom in from there. But essentially, this is what we're looking at, right? Major zone. We spent a lot of time under this range, battling. We broke above. It's now acting as support. So resistance, right? Break above, support. I like that. That's basic bullish parameter that we can look for. Now we're struggling at this zone, okay? So we could now mark out this area. This is a major zone in the chart now. We're rejecting it. So the same thing that happened here, right? Same thing that happened here, where in this $2 to $2.50 range, we struggled, right? So imagine this zone, there's a million shares. Now there's 900, right? Now there's 800, 700, 600, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, we break up over it. Now the demand outmeets the supply in this range. So we break up above it, right? We then come back to retest. Demand outweighs the supply in this range. So we break above. Comes back down. Demand outweighs the supply and we break above. All we're seeing here in this range now is the same thing, where the supply currently in this zone, right? What's this? $4.60 to $5, call it. This $4.60 to $5 zone, the supply outmeets the demand in this area. So all we're looking for now, I could call it 1,700,000 or whatever, 1,800,000, 700,000, whatever. It's just an analogy. That's what we're battling with, and that's what we need to weaken, right? So now when we zoom in, call it the 3-day, let's zoom into the 2-day. What we can look for in this range is maybe some potential zones where we might come back, right? So again, this area right in the middle, I like that. It's a clear area where there's been some confluence. It acted as resistance here, okay? Resistance around here, resistance right here. We're above it now. Maybe this needs to act as support now, right? So then eventually we play in this range for a little bit. Maybe that's the case. Again, I don't know what's going to happen, but from a technical perspective, this is what I'm looking at. That would start to make sense if you start to look at it from this perspective as well. We have this low. We create a new higher high. We need a higher low in this range, right? So maybe a higher low needs to be developed before we can rebattle this area. What we want to see is hanging out, and then a breakout, okay? So that's what I'd be looking for on Cipher over the next several weeks, is some sort of base to be developed in between this $5 and call it $4 range, right? That's all I'm pointing out right here. That's all I really see from a technical perspective. Hope you enjoyed. Easy.